all one word. Because if you like right now, if you looked at it, it would tell you exactly what time we're going to play the Zach Brown song and what song you're listening for and what number to call. I mean, everything would be right there in front of you.
What sides we're going to be having with the chicken.
Exactly. So you could do backstage and do the meet and eat and everything. Yeah. It would all be right there. Right below that would be today's weather, and right below that, the amazing story of Alan Jackson's house sale.
Yeah, he finally sold his house.
He got $26 million for that place.
What was he originally asking?
I was thinking it was like $40 million, wasn't it?
I can't remember, but it was more than 26.
Yeah. So he settled then. Tough market, I guess.
I guess, you got to take what you can get.
Was it paid for? He kind of piecemealed that house together over the years, didn't he?
And the 135-acre Williamson County estate belonging to Alan Jackson is sold for $28 million. Placed the home on the market a year ago for $38 million. So he had to come down $10 million. The buyer is a trust in the name of Willis and Reba Johnson. He's the founder of something called Copart Incorporated. Oh, they auction wrecked cars for insurance companies.
Sounds like a good quality guy.
Well, yeah, well,
he's made a pretty good living.
He's the reason Carfax is so prominent.
He's out there on 135 acres. Neighbors won't have to worry about it because he'll start piling those junkers up there in the backyard. He'll have to put a fence up beside it, and
It'll
you see the size of that house? 17,000 square feet of living space. Who needs that? How do you clean that? I mean, we clean the house on the weekends, on Saturday. That's what we do with the house. I couldn't imagine cleaning that.
Well, you don't. If you got 17,000 square feet, you pay somebody else to do it.
Well, that's true.
You have $26 million to spend on a house. Chances are you have some crew.
That's true.
Be my guess.
I just can't believe it. 6 bedrooms, 20-car garage, a private lake, and a boathouse.
Mm-hmm.
So no flood damage there?
Apparently not. He probably had some kind of water level control there with that private lake and all.
He was shooting it down into downtown Nashville.
Be my guess. He emptied his lake into downtown Nashville.
Right into the Grand Ole Opry.
That'd be my guess. Because he's out of town. He wasn't going to have to worry about all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes people end up with more house than they know. It's like literally was talking to a lady last Friday evening. She's retired and recently remarried. To a guy that she's known her entire life. Well, it was a wonderful story. Mm-hmm. Ended up they were looking for a house together because they both had their own lives,
sure. Right?
And they were looking for a smaller place they could, build their own lives together. All the kids, I think it was like 18 total kids between the two of them.
Oh my goodness!
But they were all gone.
So it's just them two.
Just those two. They ended up in a 5,000 square foot house.
5,000 square feet.
That's huge.
Well, and because they just couldn't find what they wanted in a house, they found a little bit. They found this in this little house, and this in this little house, and this, but they couldn't find everything they wanted in a little. So they ended up just buying a big place. The two of them now live in a 5,000 square foot house, and I don't know what you do in that big a house.
Yeah, really, that's way too much space for two people.
Are they looking to downsize?
Well, they did. Apparently, that is downsized.
Ooh.
I don't know. They had 18 kids. They apparently both lived in very large homes.
It wasn't that TV show, was it?
Huh?
The Duggars?
No, Lord, no. No, those people do it on purpose.
What are you saying?
I mean, these two they had different lives. It wasn't like they got together and said, okay, let's have 18 kids.
Right.
It's like over the process of 80 years, they raised 18 kids between the two of them.
But you know what? The two people in 5,000 square feet of home, I mean, you can only be in one room at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I spend most of my time in the den where the TV is. Or the
well, I know
is.
If Judy and I had a place that big, I would have my designated area. No, she would have me a designated area that I would pretty much live in.
Nah, come on, man.
And we'd meet in the middle and have dinner or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd go on back to my space.
Really?
I think that would be the purpose of having a home that big, wouldn't you?
No, man.
I couldn't imagine having a house that size.
I couldn't either with all that space. It's just
other than to have your own space and your spouse to have his or her own space and a little get-together room in the middle, where the kitchen and the dining room are.
Yeah.
Because our house is...
Now, don't be bragging now.
A ranch style, and it's right at, I guess, about 1,800 square feet. I mean, it's a normal size house.
And it's got a 2,000 square foot deck on it.
Big deck. Oh, that thing's gigantic. But we have two rooms that we never even go into since Kyle and Kendall's gone. She uses one room as a walk-in closet. So there's no need for us to have anything
Well, I
any
couldn't
bigger
do that.
than the normal size house.
I couldn't even do that because I don't have enough stuff to put in the room.
Bro, you gave away all your stuff, didn't you?
With a walk-in closet. I got 5 shirts, 4 pair of jeans, and 2 pair of shoes. That's all I got left.
Really?
You could put your stuff in the hall closet.
Mm-hmm.
Where the coats go.
She gave everything else away.
Well, I wish you'd. I wish I would have known you wanted to keep some of that stuff because I have another room that I really could have rented out some space
You
to.
could, because I thought about renting a storage shed.
No, I'd have done
You'd rent me a room?
Yeah, absolutely. I got an extra one. I mean, I wouldn't want you there.
No, I
I'd keep your
understand.
stuff.
I couldn't stay there.
I mean, in worst case scenario, just not for very long.
Just like overnight, I could go sleep there until
if you
Gary.
needed-
Till Gary got a room cleaned up for me.
Right.
Yeah, but a lot of folks are downsizing, I guess, is the point.
Evidently, man.
And apparently, Alan needed to downsize. Said he didn't need a house that big anymore.
Nobody needs a house that big anymore.
Well, he did at one time, apparently.
I bet he didn't even need it then. I bet he's got rooms in that house he's never been into.
You think?
Ever. Been
I
in.
don't think he lived in the house. I think that was one of those party houses that you go to whenever you have big industry events.
No,
Oh,
he
well,
lived there
let's
because
go
that's
out
where he kept all of his cars and he kept his boats. That's where he. No, that's where he.
I think he had probably a modest place in Noonan, Georgia.
I've been to Noonan.
That he stayed most of the time.
I don't think anybody who lives in Noonan has a modest anything.
They're all downsized in Noonan, huh?
Yeah, everything's downsized. So now, there's a couple of them with double wides, but
Well, he probably had a triple wide.
you think with a second story on it for people with money.
That's right.
738 at WEZL.
Always one step.